Hi everyone, my name is Pilot Build Cities, but you can call me Pilot. Welcome back to Cities Skylines 2. Today the decorations patch has launched. If you're a modded player, there isn't much added to the game for you in terms of gameplay, but this is great for vanilla players and those awaiting the very anticipated and very delayed console version of the game. However, one of the biggest fixes will be the homelessness issue. This may take a while in game to adjust. The devs have advised adding in some high density zoning and letting the game run for a bit. If you were subscribed to the Bye Bye Homeless mod, you should probably unsubscribe to that mod now. We'll be looking over some of the changes shortly. In about a week or so, Colossal Order and Paradox Interactive will be hosting content creators in Finland to give feedback and ask questions. And while I'm still a small creator and therefore will not be attending, I of course asked a few creators to pitch an airports DLC, because let's be honest, we need some better airports in the game. So what does this mean for the game? What can we look back as lessons learned from the release, and what are our hopes for the future of the game? I should note this is all merely my own speculation and conversation that I've decided to have at this point in time. I invite you to join the conversation in the comments below or on my Discord, which is in the description. So here we are in a vanilla city that I had been building just in my own free time, and let's dive into some of the new features. So if we come out of this view, we can see now in our landscaping menu that we have this new decorations menu as well. So it's kind of expanded on the surfaces here as well, which you can adjust in the vanilla game as well. We now have nature, so that gives you a random rock and boulder, but we also have the option to, first of all, you can scroll, which is just great to see. But yeah, now we can add in a boulder if you want. The game will pick a random boulder or rock for you and all that kind of stuff. So that's a really good addition again for anyone who's playing vanilla. And again, if this gets integrated into the console version, that'll work work out well. As well, we have park props that are available. So we have some of the benches that are now available for us, fountains, which is great to see. And you can even add in homeless tents as if you didn't already have enough, which looks like I still have some. I have just launched this game, so we probably definitely have some homeless people still in the city that are going to need a house. So we'll probably need to zone some higher density here shortly. But we also have potted plants. Some of these I think I actually haven't even seen and find it yet. So you're always finding new things. Maybe these were also added to the game. It wasn't really clear in the patch notes. We definitely have some of the other residential props as well. Table sets are available. Greenhouses are available. Some of the playground equipment is available as well. So overall, like pretty good to have access to all these things. Industrial props. Again, a good collection of these. Now the devs did mention that they didn't include every single prop that was available. They just picked the ones that they felt would work the best. And for the most part, it looks like we have a good selection here. You even have some of the junk piles and the industrial props. This is a huge step up from Cities 1, which had really no industrial props whatsoever. You can also get some of the debris and stuff like that. Obviously, air conditioning vents and all those things aren't available. One thing they have included, I think, is a collision mesh with some things, so you can't really overlap. So that might prove to be a little bit difficult sometimes if you're trying to create a junk pile, as you can't really overlap any of the items there. They also included some decals as well now, so we have the parking decal and motorcycle parking, which is great as well. So overall, pretty happy to see a lot of these things added. Again, some of the collision meshes do exist now, so you will have some difficulties placing some of these items close to each other, which it's a little bit unfortunate in a way, but again, this is vanilla functionality, very similar to Cities 1. I would have maybe liked to see some of the collision meshes moved or slightly adjusted. But that basically covers us on the little patch, and then obviously the homelessness issue. I have to let this city run. And in my modded series, Jetsburg, we do have the Bye Bye Homeless mod, which I have removed. But all things considered, Cities Skylines 2 launched nearly a year ago, and everyone remembers the large controversy that followed afterwards. There was quite a storm of people upset, and rightfully so. The Cities Skylines community is a passionate group of people who are dedicated to this game. And at the same time, it was equally difficult to watch the community divide as some left Cities Skylines altogether, some played both, and some played either version of the game. At the same time, especially in the last few months, views on YouTube have continued to drop for creators on both games, especially our beloved Cities Skylines 1. Many large creators cancelled a lot of their modded series and have replaced them either with live streams or just simply don't do Cities Skylines 1 anymore. It is a game that I still enjoy to this day, albeit I play in my own free time now as a way to relax, and occasionally you may see me try and recreate an airport on Cities 1. So what does this mean for the game? The meeting in Finland is a good sign in my opinion, as a developer and publisher gather feedback from creators that should hopefully guide the game forward as more updates and changes to the game are made to make it that amazing city builder that it could be. Again, hopefully an airport's DLC is well on its way. This is all another opportunity for the companies to hopefully win back some players and supporters of the franchise, so the game continues to receive development updates. Some of the issues that have plagued the game from the start were the lack of modding capability, performance, bugs, and a simulation that seemingly ran itself despite inputs from the player, which did not mirror what was released in the dev diaries. While I accepted the explanations from Colossal Order as to why the game was released the way it was, I can't help but be reminded that it was very frustrating to play the game at the start when there were so many bugs. The game was also very incompatible with my gaming laptop, even though it had 32GB of RAM, an Intel i5, and a GTX 1550. This made the game highly inaccessible for many players. I was fortunate to be able to upgrade my system, but not everyone has that ability, especially in the current economic state. I'm happy to say that now I do enjoy the game much more. The release of code modding capabilities, followed by Economy 2.0, and the Detailers patch really boosted my enjoyment of the game. Currently in Jesberg, I am finding a lot of my decisions do impact the economy, and last week we fixed a bunch of problems, and it really did take some time to get money into the city and still keep citizens happy, traffic flowing, and services covered. I have been able to record bits and pieces of Jesberg on my gaming laptop in the same quality as the upgrade system. However, as the city grows larger, I expect the GPU will start to hit its limit, and the simulation will slow down again. So what are the lessons learned? Well, I'm not a company, developer, or publisher. I can't exactly speak with certainty why the game was released the way it was. But I would hope looking to the future that all parties involved would remember that putting quality over quantity and to keep expectations in line with what is being released is critical for the success of a game. A lot of us found that the marketing campaign, while successful, also created some high expectation for a game that wasn't quite ready to be released yet. We should also know by now that modding is a huge part of gaming nowadays, and while I'd like to see the developer add more of the mod features to the game, like they have recently with the decorations patch, I would also like to think it's a big way for other creators to add their stamp to the game, and it gives us a chance to support their creative minds as well. Like content creators, modders put a lot of their own free time and effort into creating something great for us all to enjoy. And lately, especially with the road building mod, the game has really been enhanced by these talented code modders, and it wouldn't be able to be done without the way the game has been created. So a special thank you and shout out to our modding community. You guys are doing a great job. I really appreciate everything that you're doing. Also, honest and open communication is critical. At times, updates have appeared only in one communication channel, such as the official forum or Discord or a social media page. It would be clear for the community to have one official update page, meaning the official forum, and then directing everyone to that spot to read what has been published. As well, sometimes updates such as the new roadmap has been quietly changed, and at times they were different in different places. At this moment in time, I actually can't confirm or really figure out when our content creator packs are to be released, whether it's this quarter or in next year. However, finally, I would like to point out that the community also has a responsibility to conduct themselves in an appropriate manner. Those who made extremely inappropriate comments to developers, publisher, and other players, it's not tolerable, and just because you can say it behind a keyboard doesn't really make it okay. So what are our hopes for the future? Well, first I would like to see some of the paid DLCs released soon, mostly the content creator packs. These probably could have been released already and have been delayed a few times. While I understand that the focus was to get the base game in a more playable state before releasing any paid content, a content creator pack doesn't really alter much of the gameplay, so I'm hoping we'll see these soon. Some more fixes to performance would also be helpful, as making the game more accessible. This will help grow the player base and in turn provide more customers for the developer and publisher, which hopefully means we'll get 8 years or more of updates to CS2 or an even better sequel when the time comes. I'd also like to see these fixes a bit more frequent as well. Hopefully with this meeting among creators, we will see some concrete timelines again. While I understand that they can't always give dates, it's important to remember that the game still needs work to bring in more players. I'm happy to see where the game is as a base game, but it has been already nearly a year since release, so I'm looking forward to some more expansions and depth to the game. Economy 2.0 has been an overall good change, But I would like to see some more specific gameplay expansions, especially like an Industries DLC that gives more depth to the aspect of that game and its interaction between the city and the outside connections and citizens. And let's be honest, I want an Airports DLC. I'm also hopeful we'll see the editors and Paradox mods finally exit the beta stage and be fully ready to go. The game still lacks assets for commercial, residential, office, and signature buildings, and industry. Hopefully, since the Detailers patch was named Detailers Patch 1, that means there's more to come. The service buildings have gotten a good overhaul, but I know some would like to see different kinds of public transit depots or rail yards added to the game. In addition, the inclusion of ports has been great, but I think ferries are sadly missing as well. So what are my final thoughts? Cities Skylines 2 is a fun game now, and I enjoy it. I think if you were looking to buy the game, I would hold off on the Ultimate Edition, as we're still awaiting several paid DLCs and content creator packs to release. The base game does include the Beach Properties asset pack now, and truthfully, the Deluxe Relax radio station is a hit for me. However, I still think that until we have some more concrete timelines for these paid content, it would be maybe smart to hold off. I'm trying to remain hopeful that all these changes will mean the game is more fun, inclusive to more players, and continues to become the best city builder yet. As always, if you want to join the conversation, please do check out the comments below or the Discord link in the description. And thanks for joining me for today. Take care. Bye-bye.